have in studio a natural bodybuilder, Courtney Smith. Welcome to Kick It, Courtney.
Thank you.
Well, how long have you been involved in bodybuilding then?
Well, I first started training in 1977.
So, as a bodybuilder, what kind of titles have you managed to get so far then?
Well, in 2003, I won the ANB, Association of Natural Bodybuilding.
What does that mean?
Welsh Open heavyweights. That means it was a drugs tested competition as opposed to the non.
So what's the difference between natural bodybuilding and normal bodybuilding?
Well, the sports are pretty similar in that you go on the stage and you compare your physiques with the other competitors. But with ours, there's drug testing, so we can try and keep the sport as clean as we can, keep it as drug-free as possible. And it's quite obvious, really, when somebody's using drugs as opposed to a natural bodybuilder.
Is that when you see the ones that are really built up and they don't even look human?
Yeah, they're massive. And us drug-free bodybuilders, when we're walking around in normal clothes, people generally can't tell that we're bodybuilders. They just think, oh, he just looks like a fit bloke or a lean bloke because you're not as big. But those guys who use the drugs, they've got arms out there, and when they're walking down the street, they're walking like they've got a football under each arm and their thighs are rubbing together.
I mean, do you reckon that you could actually get to that kind of level of fitness, that they're at by being a natural bodybuilder? Or?
Well, it would depend on a few factors, like your natural genetics, how big you were before you started training, and but generally speaking, 99.9 times out of 100, no way, Jose.
How fit would you say you have to be a bodybuilder?
Well, you have to be fairly fit. It's not something that anybody could just do casually, because in order to improve your physique, you have to train quite hard and you have to be fairly disciplined with your nutrition.
So we couldn't go down the gym and then go for a pint afterwards?
Not if you wanted to get a good physique.
Well, what about nutrition? What kind of food do you need to eat to sustain a good muscle?
Well, first of all, some people are vegetarians. You hear that more and more these days. But
is that beneficial, or do you think, or does that make it harder work? Do you reckon?
Well, it's harder work in that you have to have a more imaginative diet, because you have to get your proteins from different sources. And you can buy protein shakes from the health shop. You can mix those with water.
So what about when you're on stage? What kind of things do you wear?
You have to wear your trunks,
So are they having any of these things local then?
Would you mind showing us and the viewers your muscles?
Well, it puts me and you to shame.